The king. Most important piece in the game of chess. The reason why we're sitting down in front of the board in the first place. Not the most important piece, I take that back, the only important piece in the game of chess. Every other piece exists to make sure the king is safe and protected. The king does not have a point value. It's worth the entire game, so we don't put a point value on the king. The king is the only important piece. Ironically, it is the weakest piece in a game of chess. We'll explore that in a moment. But for now, let's just take a look at how he moves. He moves one space in any direction. Moves a lot like the queen, but this is the finite version of the queen's infinite expression. So, the king can move one space in any direction. Alright, now, and why is it the weakest piece in the game of chess? Because the king is the one piece on the board that cannot step into a square that is being attacked. What do I mean by that? I mean, we remember our old friend the queen, right? Right. The queen, because it moves along ranks, files, and diagonals. Ranks, files, and diagonals. Is attacking every square on the 6th rank except for the one it's standing in. So, the queen is attacking all of these squares, and this sort of poses a wall right here that the king cannot pass. The king cannot step into danger, cannot put itself in jeopardy. And if it were to move here, it can be hit, which means this is an illegal move. The king cannot do anything to put itself in danger. So, now, the object of a game of chess, a full game of chess played with all the pieces, is to checkmate the king. We never, ever, ever actually capture the king. We put the king in what's called checkmate. How do we get checkmate? Well, we put the king in check, and no matter what the king does, no matter what the king's subjects do, they cannot get the king out of check, and that brings us to checkmate, which is the object of a game of chess. So, let's explore how to put the king in checkmate. Now, pieces are best used in combination with one another. So we're gonna explore the most efficient way to checkmate the king at the start of a game. Just a quick, fun game that you can play that allows you to use as many of your pieces as possible. The object of this game is actually checkmate for white. The object of this game for black is to stay out of checkmate. Capture any one piece. If you're black, capture any one piece and you win the game. Again, for white, you gotta check. Now, this is a full setup right here. We have our 8 pawns on the 2nd rank. We have to the left and right, the rooks. Next come the knights. Beside them are the bishops. And last, the king and queen. How do we know where to put them? The white queen goes on the white square, which leaves only one square left. And there's the showstopper, the big guy, the king, on the final square. Now, all we have to do is attack this king in every square this king can move to in order to checkmate the king. Now remember, when we're playing this game, the object is checkmate, and the object also, to make sure that we don't lose, is to make sure we don't lose any pieces. So, now we know that as far as capability is concerned, as far as strength is concerned, this is our strongest piece. So of course it'd be very wise of us to bring this queen out Go ahead and get after that king. Next up on that scale are the rooks. So let's see if we can bring them out also. And we want to do this as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And when we're playing a full game of chess, the same holds true. In this particular game, we're only going to use the black king. And we're going to start the king off in the middle of the board. And we'll find out more about why we start that king out in the middle of the board later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring out our strong pieces. How do we do that? Well, let's go right here. Now we're not going to try and put the king in check right away. We could do that with this pawn check. But what would happen? We'd lose our piece. We don't want to lose our pieces because if we lose one of our pieces, we lose the whole game. So we're not going to get the pawn close enough so that the king can capture it, because we know the king is attacking all of these squares. King moves. If you're the king, count your moves. If you make it to 20, you got bragging rights. You should be able to catch this king in 20 moves, in far less than 20 moves. But let's explore how many moves it takes us right now. What we're going to do first is we're going to bring out this queen, take advantage of the fact that it moves in multiple directions, bring him out along the diagonal, attack the entire fifth rank. Now, we've just cut off half of the board. Before the game started, there was lots of squares the king could go to, but because we were attacking the entire fifth rank, we're stopping the king from visiting these squares ever again. Let's use some more of our stuff. Black moves. Black is not going to head to the back on purpose. Black is going to be stubborn. Black is safest in the middle of the board. I think that's move number 1, 2. So now, white's turn to move. Move number 3. Let's bring out a rook. Move number 4. Let's attack an entire file. Move number 5. Let's close in on him. Now, let's stop for a second and take a look. We are attacking the entire fifth rank. We are attacking the entire D file, which means that there's a wall here, there's a wall here. We already looked at the fact that the king, he's scaredy pants. He can't step into danger. He's afraid. So he's cut off into one quadrant of the board. So, okay, he's got to take a step back. Can't go here because, again, the king cannot put himself in jeopardy. That is called an illegal move. And when you're playing a game of chess, if you see your opponent puts their king in the path of danger, you need to let your opponent know you can't do that. You've made an illegal move. So let's go ahead and put him right here. So when he moved back to the 7th rank, that's fine. Let's close in on him just a little bit more. Can't go here, 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 can't go here. That leaves one square only. So, I tell you what. Let's head. Well, you know what? Here's a quick little cheat for you. Anytime the queen stands in an L or a knight-like distance away from the queen, all you got to do is copy off the king. If the king moves slanted forward, you move slanted forward. That's fine. There's only one space the king can go to right now, and that is good old E8. Now, we have him trapped along the back rank of the board. We're attacking the entire 7th rank. We want to attack the entire 8th rank of the board also. But if we were to use our rook, and we know the pieces are best used in combination, they're a team. No I in chess. I just made that up. Alright, anyway. We don't want this king heading over here because it's being attacked. We want to get our rook right here. But what would happen if we moved our rook right here now? We'd lose it. So what are we going to do? Every now and then you're off tempo. You have to wait. So we're just going to trash a move. We're just going to go right here. Why? Because the king's going to move to the side. Then we can get up there and we're attacking the entire 8th rank. We're attacking E8, F8, G8. So if the king moves to either of these squares, he's going to get captured. If he stays where it is, he's going to get captured. If he goes to any of these squares on the 7th rank, he's going to get captured also. So this is checkmate. We don't actually capture the king. We checkmate him. Like us on Facebook.